According to a recent report from Magnify Money, which is based on data from the U.S. Census Bureau, the proportion of parents who stayed home with their children increased significantly between 2019 and 2021, rising by a whopping 60% in just a few short years. The District of Columbia and all 50 states experienced that startling increase. Find out if you can afford to be a stay-at-home parent by watching this video. Start by focusing on your priorities. It can be exhausting to balance the demands of work, parenting, relationships, and life. In some situations, it might be less taxing to prioritize your career or your family rather than both. In other situations, you might find it lonely to leave a job that means a lot to you. Start by asking these crucial questions. 1. Some people have strong feelings about leaving their children with a nanny or a daycare center. What do you think about having someone else raise your child or children? 2. With COVID-19, is childcare even a possibility for you right now? In what form? Center, around-the-clock babysitter, a part-time nanny? 3. If your family loses one income, how will it manage a sudden significant emergency expense? 4. Are you a fan of your job? Do you feel a sense of identity through your work? 5. Do you want to spend the entire day looking after your kids? 6. Are there any additional elements, such as a child with special needs, that might affect your choice? Analyze your expenses and income carefully. It's a big decision for you and your family to decide whether you can actually afford to be a stay-at-home parent, so make sure you do your research, use common sense, and be realistic. Considering your current income and expenses should be the first step in this decision-making process, according to Colleen McCrary, Chief Police Officer and Financial Advocate for Credit Karma. According to McCrary, determining whether you can afford to quit involves some math. To start, assess your partner's and your own monthly after-tax income to determine what you have to work with. Get a complete understanding of your expenses after that. Make sure to include all of your expenses when calculating your budget, from utilities and car payments to monthly grocery bills, debt repayments, and even contributions to an emergency fund. Expenses such as vacation funds, Netflix subscriptions, gym memberships, and any other ongoing or anticipated costs should also be considered. According to Shelly Ann Awika, a senior financial planner with TIAA Wealth Management Advisors, you should also include non-monthly expenses like life insurance premiums, car repairs, veterinary expenses, and home maintenance costs. In the end, you'll be better able to understand where you stand financially right now and what it takes to successfully make ends meet the more thorough your review of current expenses is. Tax repercussions. It's a good idea to consider how much less taxes you might be paying if one partner is employed when determining whether you can get by on one paycheck. The parent who continues to work will probably not have as much withheld in payroll taxes, which could result in them taking home a larger paycheck if the family income drops from a higher tax bracket to a lower one, for example. To learn how lowering your household income will lower your overall tax liability, consult a tax expert, advises Awika. The IRS withholding calculator can be used to determine how much tax would need to be withheld from a single salary. Examine the effects of long-term financial objectives. Along with such a significant change in your way of life, you should review all of your costs. It's crucial to take into account how a decreased income stream might affect your saving practices and long-term objectives in order to safeguard your family's financial security. Consider future potentially significant expenses and how you will pay for them, advises Carrie Kaysen, a financial coach and the CEO of Summit Financial. Saving for college and retirement are two important goals that frequently suffer when families try to cut costs by reducing their income. However, these are significant objectives that you shouldn't overlook. One-income clients are urged by financial planners to continue saving money for retirement. Save as much as you can now, even if it's only $25 a month, and make a commitment to increase it once you go back to work or whenever your spouse gets a raise. According to McCreary, you should consider your family's financial goals to see if losing the second income forces you to postpone any of them. Keep those things in mind when making your decision, whether it's saving for your kids' college funds or hoping to buy a new home in the next couple of years. Consider mental health. Anyone who's transitioned from a full-time job to a full-time role as a parent will attest that leaving a job requires more than just a financial change. Many stay-at-home parents claim that it's initially challenging for them to adapt to the constant demands of children. Others claim they miss the routine adult interaction and workplace structure and predictability. Others are concerned about their ability to re-enter the workforce at the same level. Additionally, the working parent may experience pressure to pursue career moves that prioritize financial gain over job satisfaction. Investing in part-time care once or twice a week, or making sure to schedule personal time for yourself to go to exercise classes are two ways to give yourself some time for mental health. When they take their children to the playground or library, or when they join playgrounds, stay-at-home parents can also look for other adults to make friends with. Additionally, some parents retrain for jobs that will allow them to have a flexible schedule once their children are in school, or that will be more satisfying during their career break. Some parents choose part-time employment or working from home to supplement their income. Stay-at-home parents, on the other hand, benefit from a slower pace of life and the satisfaction of knowing that they're giving their children their undivided attention. Being able to spend quality time with your children has great value, and for some people, staying at home and successfully handling tasks like child rearing and other aspects of household management can be a wonderful option that results in a great deal of happiness and self-fulfillment. It's a totally private, individual choice that's particular to each family. There's no right or wrong answer. But in the end, each person must choose what's best for their own family.